Okay, for 135, this is a problem we did in class. I'm going to try my best to fit this all on here, but this is quite long, so we might have to break it up into parts. So the first step we want to do, let me move this over to here, right? Okay. The first thing we want to do is we want to try to isolate that square so we can take the square root. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, right? So we're left with the square root of absolute value of x plus 5 minus 6 squared equals 16. Now I'm going to take the square root of both sides, right? So I have the square root of the absolute value of x plus 5 minus 6 equals plus or minus 4, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to solve the first equation equals plus 4, and then later we're going to solve the other equation minus 4. So I'm going to first solve this one. So I'm going to take the square root of the absolute value of x plus 5 minus 6 equals 4. We're going to do 4 first, and then we'll do negative 4. So I'll add 6 to both sides. So the absolute value of x plus 5 equals 10. And then to get rid of the square root, I'm going to square both sides. So I have the absolute value of x plus 5 equals 100. And then absolute value equations we split into 2, right? So the first one is x plus 5. We strip everything away. And the second one is x plus 5 equals, and the opposite of the right, negative 100. So in this case, we subtract 5 and we get x equals 95. In this case, we subtract 5 and we get x equals negative 105. Now remember, right up here, we split this into 2. The first one, we went down this way. And now we're going to go over here, and we're going to solve the square root of the absolute value of x plus 5 minus 6 equals negative 4, right? On the left, we did the positive 4, and the right, we're going to do the negative 4, because it was equals plus or minus 4, right? Okay, so now I'm going to add 6 to both sides, so I get absolute value of x plus 5 equals negative 4 plus 6 is 2. Then I'm going to square both sides because I want to get rid of my square root, so I get absolute value of x plus 5 equals 4. And then we split this into 2, right? The first one we strip away the absolute value. The second one we strip away the absolute value and make the right side opposite. Now we subtract 5, so I get x equals 4 minus 5 is negative 1. And here we subtract 5 and we get x equals negative 9. So the solution set for this is there's 4 solutions: negative 105, negative 9, negative 1, and 95.